Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Owlus, the kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus, it's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus, that kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonan's intuition.
Owlus, the kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus, it's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey.
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 2 of the Rising Stars. And of course, today I will have a different set of casters. It's no longer me and Carl, it's now me and Bambi for tonight. Hello, Bambi. How are you doing today?
Hi guys, how you doing? Good evening. I hope you're doing great. I am as well. So welcome to the second day of the Rising Stars.
Welcome to the second day of the Rising Stars, indeed. And Bambi, we do have two teams here, Disorders and Ordeal of Fate. Now, it's still the upper bracket, so these teams do have chances here, one chance, even if they do lose here. But then, thinking positively now, back to the draft, we do see an Xbox. We already know that Xbox has the highest ban rate in the Rising Stars so far, and now they just increased it even more by that ban from Disorders. And on the other side, we can see them taking down a carry.
Yeah, Carrie, obviously, she's like the tank killer, and
I can see Zeno's comment to the chat here saying, "Black, meet your mic. We want only Bambi."
Just a game. You gotta fight for yourself.
Options, and just like going for the main sitter is trying to make sure that even if they are considering a mobility marksman, they will not do that. Or maybe they are considering a mobility jungler because the Sun is actually jungling. Wow, that's new. We don't get to say Sun Jungle all the time. And also, the fact that they're going a Sun Jungle means they're going to go EXP. And with the fact that Jester now has the Misita, they're definitely not going to go for a mobile EXP this time around. And Evil Moon going for a Vexana with a Purify. Wow. Really considering the Atlas pick there. And also Milton considering the Misita by going for the Purify himself, Bambi.
Yeah, due to his ult.
Yeah, that can be quite problematic indeed. That can be. And yeah, although I really love the fact that they have a god. We see true damage from the god with the Mystic Injunction and also the the Mystic Projectile, the stuns there. So and also the Mystic Gush, which is technically the main damage skill for god, because it can just be deal a lot of damage to you, continuous magic damage, especially when you add concentrated energy to build. You can just get a lot of damage out of that continuously. And also, is that not too much magic damage on the side of Order of Fate? They have an Atlas, they have a God, now they add a Uranus to that list. That's 3 magic damage dealers now. Bambi, what do we think about this? Okay, so Claude being picked up. Oh, actually, we do see a switch up to an Alucard. Now that is new. That is pretty new, honestly. I gotta say though, the Alucard is actually pretty good. Even though it's when it comes to chasing and all that, but still, 0-2 final pick for Order of Fate, Bambi.
Yeah, because with the ground splitter and the wearing smash, combo together with the fusion wave, Alucard can really be deadly at some point. So you might want to dive all those dive the marksman and these squishes like Gord and others. So maybe that might really help the team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. That might help the team. If there's one thing it's gonna help out with though, it's gonna be the chase. It's gonna be the chase because Beatrix doesn't exactly have a lot of mobility on her. She's only got the tactical reposition, and now you have an Alucard whose passive is literally a chase, skill. So pursuit, you get increased radius when you cast the skill, and Beatrix definitely gonna have difficulty getting away from him, especially since he's using now I want to see what type of retribution he's using. Is he using a flame retribution or is he using an ice retribution? Because that's going to matter and also increase his chase potential even more if it's ice retribution. But that's it for the draft, guys. What do you think? Whose draft are you inclining towards? And let's start off with game 1 between Order of Fate and Disorders. I can see the comment here. Zeno says Beatrix is weak early. What do we think about that, Bambi? Do you agree to that?
Yeah, I think at some point she might be weak early due to the fact that she had tactical reposition and everything at that point trying to farm. I feel that she just has to do more farming than joining in team fights. Then maybe you would see that she will scale through from mid to late game.
Yeah, I agree there. She will scale. That is for sure. But I'm not really comfortable with the idea that they have more magic damage and dealers here. But okay, look at that mid lane. It's a little skirmish there. No, the thing about the Atlas is that the Atlas is pretty squishy. And you can't really take a lot of damage there. It's like kind of like the Minotaur if you think about it, especially in the early game. But then the Minotaur's got the regen, the Atlas got the slow, and now we see the perfect match. They annihilate onto 2. That mid lane is really starting to get heated now. Johnson to the front, that's yellow, the first one picked up by Milton. That's one thing about the god, the Mystic Projectile and the Mystic Injunction are just poke and peel skills. It can deal damage from a safe distance, and they really need to watch out for that.
Yes, they really need to watch out, especially Alucard. He needs to farm at first. Does not necessarily need to join into team fights, being his first priority or anything. He just needs to farm at first before he can join much team fights. And due to the fact that God is also there, he's we obviously know God with the Mystic Crush, with the Mystic Gush and everything. It can really there's a fight going on down here, Black.
It is the fight indeed. Looks like an invade there at some point, but to be honest, it's just them really trying to test their limits. But then Gold Lane, It looks like a 2v1 down bottom here. Oh, that's it. Let's be right in there. Instantaneous move of PMI reaction time from Zen. And now the man is low. It looks like an endless variety again with instantaneous move. And no can do. You're not escaping that one. Zen falls. That's the gold laner picked up. And now AC Farm, fourth gold laner of Ordeal of Fate 02 to push the tier 1. But a slide through now. He's going to go for Phoenix on the back line. But the cost back with the Deadly Grasp will catch him and send him back.
Like I said, the team, the soldiers have to really focus on farming. But at this point, they really need to play it safe as well. But it seems that Ordeal of Fates are moving aggressively and they are taking as much early game as they can, because I think they have the early game chance to bully as much as they would for early. So they're taking the opportunity, so they would not get it towards like the mid or the late game.
Towards the middle of the late game indeed. And now we're getting a pause. It's an early pause demanded by the boys of the blue side. But then I'm curious though. We did start out here in favor of Ordeal of Fate. We saw some situations where there were questionable plays, right? We saw some questionable plays, and we saw some. Was that an invade we saw from the bottom lane, the bottom jungle rather? We saw some invade potential there, but they didn't really want to push it too much, because if you really think about it, they do have quite the squishy lineup on the side of Ordeal of Fate. I think they go for more sustain here, considering Uranus pick. But for now, Uranus really just need to chill it out. Don't push it too much. Don't over-invest, because God doesn't exactly have an escape skill or a blink skill. And now he's even using a purify to boot. So the God is like sitting duck if they look at that pounces on him, and also the Beatrix. So I love the fact that Ordeal of Fate knows that, and they're just making sure that, okay, look, let's not overdo this. We have the lead, the gold lead as well, and we've also taken out the gold laner. Let's just play it safe, keep it cool, and just go for that first thought, to which before the pause, we saw the Atlas and the Sun and the God already going there first.
Like I said before, they are taking advantage of their early game. Because when it gets to late game, when it gets to mid to late game, you'd see me sit out with the King's Calling. Because that's a death trap only. So that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why they took the Purify as the battle spell. So for now, I just feel that Alucard should really, really focus on the farm, and they're getting evaded here right now, Black.
How can you farm? That's a 3-man eternal guard, and Oko comes through Spear of Glory. How can you farm when you're getting zoned out in yellow? What the heck is this man on? Consecration pop, and now the Mister Jester will laugh at himself for making that move. Man has to go back. Yellow is confident, and that's what an Uranus can do in the early games. You just heal up whatever damage you've been dealt, and man, Yellow knows how to play that well. You can see them just sort of zone out the Alucard, zone out Zen as well from his own lane. This is just aggressive zoning out from Ordeal of Fate, family.
For real, this is aggressive. Maybe I might really take back what I said by having them to farm first, because to be honest, the Atlas is really doing a lot. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Black, are you seeing this?
I am seeing it, all right. Placing duet there, comes out the PMI to dodge the penetration. Now might pay the price. Is forced to get away 0-2, but the portion comes out. Fission Wave already used. Phoenix is looking for a target, but the man will have to pull back now. 1v3. It's not going to be a wise dive. And then 4 members there, but it looks like the Atlas is looking for a set. He's got the fatal links ready, and the man is just waiting for the perfect chance, the perfect follow-up, but the penetrate is not available any time. Then just holding back, and I like the fact that Phoenix is just prioritizing farm right now.
Yeah, like I said, he really needs to prioritize farming, because when he does, he would definitely scale through. Oh my goodness, they're not even allowing the guys to farm. What is this?
That's kind of the idea, if you ask me. Keep them out of the jungle, make them underfarmed, give them less chance to contest, whatever objective is up there. And now they see is Turtle, already free Turtle, giving them give it to them, and at this point it's just gonna keep snowballing. But then look at that EXP lane though. We see Yellow dive out of the tier 1 and a serious defense from Just Cloud with a flicker there. That's a wing strike defensively. And then the man is not able to get away from the projectile. No, you don't. No, you don't. Milton puts him down. Meanwhile, on the gold lane, down bottom, we see another potential invade coming in from the Atlas. Man, these guys, all of it are not just controlling the objectives, they're controlling the map, they're controlling the farm, they're giving them, I mean, this is just total dominance. But it's response. Now we look at the down bottom of the gold lane, BMI, Zen doesn't even have any breathing space at all on the gold lane.
Yeah, not really. The Atlas is making it difficult. Kingslayer is making it very, very difficult for the team to even get a speck of farm or anything. Oh my goodness, the mid lane has fallen.
They lose that tier 1 there. Everything is in disorder for disorders, and the pun intended, of course. And we get to see 0-2 though on the gold lane now. Okay, the Atlas is looking for a set there. Zen might be a wise move to use the BMI now to get away. He's got that blazing duet now. The Mystic Gush comes out early. No fatal link set, not here. Perfect match comes out. He's chasing down Zen. The BMI backward, and the blazing duet as well. 0-2 forced him down before any major damage could be dealt. And now there goes the tier 1.
Okay, yes. I think Minty. Yeah, I think Jetta is having a network issue right now because he's not quite in the game. He's not playing. So I'm thinking they should do something, or is there anything you can do, Black?
Well, technically, they can request for a pause, but look at the dive there. That's the Heaven's Wrath, puts that Milton. It's going for a second one, but that bottom there is where our eyes should be. A flicker back for Jester. Is he in the turret? But not does it save him from Yellow's Ionic Edge. The Atlas is looking for a chance here. Doesn't have the fatal legs, already committed. And Yellow, no one has been able to put down this Uranus. It's a 2-0 revitalize already ready. And it's got the consecration, it's got the revitalize. Any type of damage you deal, it's ready to heal through it. At this point, I am seeing the comments, they're saying that they need this one need a miracle. And honestly, Bambi, what do you think? Do you think they actually need a miracle for this, or is the game already gone, in your opinion?
To be honest, they really do need a miracle, because right now I think the network is really dealing a lot to them. Look at Zen right now. He's just enjoying the view. He's enjoying the view at the bay, and there's a lot going on right now in the match. Okay, there's a fight going on here right now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they don't take down Jester though. 0-2-0 for the Minsita. It's supposed to be a core laner, for them, and also a core person for their strats. But then you see a win strike offensively. Okay, that's a torrent form. Shift these guys, and now backward. Is that Africa committed? No, that's not. This is Skyfall pulling him back to the other side, and now we see Yellow dive into the back line here. It's 1v2. The man is just conveniently shoving himself in their faces. What can you do? But it's not going to down with the King's calling, but it's able to get away. Consecration committed though, and the man dives in again. He comfortably inside the King's calling and a knockout, but that doesn't do anything. Just a force, and the Mystic Gosh, and now he takes him down. Back they will go, and that will be one casualty on the side of Disorders.
Well, this is there's still a fight going on right now. Why are they engaging? They're not meant to engage like this. They're not farmed. They're on the farms. I don't know why they're engaging so much.
Yeah, tell that to Phoenix. The man dives in with a fission wave, and of course Zen would have to. That's a 3-man Mystic projectile. My goodness, Milton, do you have a sniper scope in your shoes or your hands? Because that is nice sets there. It's got a small AoE there, but then look at Atlas. The Atlas is just looking for a perfect set. Doesn't have the fatal links, has the flicker, wait for the set, and now we see the Sun waiting for that tier 2 to take it down. Yeah, I think at this point you can wait for that. That's torrent form, but only onto the clone Skyfall, and now the Saturnian form with the clone techniques. He might looking for a perfect chance here. That's a flicker there with the fatal links, but inside the King's calling us with the wise move, drops him in, and the Atlas is in a bad spot. But those that force for Bennett range, who commit him, get committed Phoenix before to Milton, Not a great start for that team fight. They lose 2 members, but at the cost of 1. And now they're trying to dive in again. It's Santana's move just at 4-0-2, finishes off the chop. And now it's goes into the tally. Evil Moon as well. It's a wipeout for the boys of Ordeal of Fate as they will get an uncontested Lord. And the base wide open for them to wait and take out.
Oh my goodness. They really do need a miracle indeed, because this right now is just almost bullying, to be honest. I think it was due to the fact that they had the network issue and they are kind of underfarmed. You see Alucard right now is so underfarmed, and I do not know why he's prioritizing team fights. And okay, there's a fight going on here right now, Black.
He doesn't get a shutdown though, so he might. Ooh, Milton! The man is really styling. Triple kill for the man, and now we see it's a God purify. You will think that okay, yeah, he's very vulnerable, right? He's pretty squishy, and now he doesn't even have a single blink skill. Now he doesn't even take a single blink spell. He would be vulnerable to the Alucard, but no is the case. The man is actually the threat here to the Alucard. And yeah, disorders, everything currently is not looking good. The gold lead is not in their favor, almost a 10k gold lead. And we do see the kill lead as well, not in their favor. The macro is not in their favor. The load already taken, and the spell currently pulls back yellow, but the man doesn't even try to run. The man instead is just shoving his faces in there. That's what happens when you have the lead now. Phoenix, Mystic Cost deals a lot of damage to him, and Phoenix will fall without the cost of one. Eternal guy forces the purifier of Milton, and now the shifting skies put onto 0-2. Heaven's Strap comes out. And just now gets the KO. Blessed where comes his doom and mental link in his Satana's pool. And that's the Sun picking up one. The King's falling. A perfect timing, but the Sun gets a double instead. It backfires on the soldiers. Can they get out of these 4 members down? Godlike for Milton. 1 man left. It's Evil Moon, the Duchess of Necrokeep, to defend against this Lord, Bambi.
Oh my goodness. Like this is just seeming like it's GG's, to be honest. Oh my goodness, this muting, what is your problem? Have some decency, for goodness sake.
Yeah, the man doesn't seem to understand that language, but then they do get back their members here. Is the Atlas is looking for a chance with the base? It's already been preheated. Yeah, should this guy to the light rainfall. But it looks like they will be prioritizing the base here. Base? Yeah, base taken. Base taken. Bambi, that is game 1 in favor of Order of Fate, and I do have my oh my goodness, I have a lot of things to say about the picks, because definitely Alucard, let's not try that again. And also I think Jester had some issues there with his network, so I can kind of let him off the hook for that one. But still, Milton, definitely the god has to go.
Yeah, I think Jetta and Zen had the network issues, so that's the reason why it really didn't scale through for them. They were on the farms, they were low on farming, and Alucard that was supposed to keep on farming to get more builds and all. It was just diving into team fight unnecessarily, and the Atlas were always ready with the fatal link, and you see God there ready with the mystic gush and everything before you know it. And they were also tanky too as well. And on the side of disorders, you could see that they were squishy. So you would think that probably they would want to do some kind of combo. Because you also see that Vexana counters Atlas, but it's not seeming like there was any action that was going through, because they were not able to do as much. They were on the farm, and they didn't have enough build to even deal any damage. So Atlas would not even let them. Kingslayer would not even let them do anyone, because he was giving the vision, he was doing the invading, he was literally doing most of everything, giving them pressure, and it didn't really work out there, I guess.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments right now, and I can see Donald saying Thunder Form care, you needed Cloud Form there. That is true. He needed a Torrent Form. That last Torrent defense, that made Order of Fate win, they needed the Torrent Form, not the Lightning Form. I understand the idea of going for the back line, but at that point in time, you had the Lord to worry about, and you had the Sun's Clones, and what you needed there was AOECC. But then I think everyone is pretty impressed by Milton's god play.
just ban the Atlas if there is.
Mhm.
Because that guy, he is squishy, but the amount of CC he has, oh my goodness, it cannot be beyond control. So I think they should probably ban the Atlas if they have the opportunity to.
Mhm. Yeah, the Atlas has to go. The gold has to go. Probably the Beatrix. I don't really want to, put it on the pedestal. Honestly, I don't want to put the Beatrix on the pedestal. It was pretty good gameplay. But it wasn't exceptional. It wasn't really something I can say, okay, yeah, definitely we have to use a ban. Because don't forget, this is, okay, now let's just look at the draft right now. We're looking at, okay, we're gonna have to wait for that when the draft pick starts. So yeah, like I was saying, it's not exactly the best of performances for 02. It can be better though, but it's not exactly the best right now. And that's why I'm not gonna say they should ban the Beatrix, but definitely the Sun has to go, the Atlas has to go, and the God, most especially the God and the Sun. Those two are too much of a problem for the Sodas right now, as we saw in game 1.
Yeah, the clone techniques is really can really deceive you a lot. You would think that this is the person that you want to. The next thing you see another person. Oh my goodness, fighting against Sun. Oh, it's really frustrating when you go against the Sun player and you really know, and the person knows actually really plays the Sun. The clone techniques can really be frustrating, and you do not even know which one you want to kill due to the fact that there's someone here. And the next you'll be like, is this not the person I just killed right now? So the Sun has to go. God has to go because God has, looking at him, you would even think that maybe this guy does not have that much CC, but what he delivers, his odds, Mystic Gosh, oh my goodness, that guy really needs to go as well. So I hope that this second game is going to be better than the first, and I hope that the Sodas can really deliver and can really do better this time around. They should really go better and think better on their drafting.
Well, let's see how it goes. It's gonna be game 2, and of course the Sodas, if you lose this match, that is them being relegated to the lower bracket. So try not to lose, yeah? Try to push through game 3. We get to the draft, and of course, production, if you will. We will start our things here at 02. The boys of Order of Fate to ban. I think they want to take down someone. Well, the Soras already banned the draft in the lobby, so we get to see an Alice take down. That's pretty valid. The Alice can be very problematic. And yeah, let's just see what the Soras start out their bans with. Okay, so now we get to see Jester. Jester's gonna go for a second ban here. 5 seconds. Man, have to make your choice. X-Ball. Wow, these guys just keep adding to the tally the number of times that the Xbox has been banned. Bambi, we see another Xbox ban.
I don't know. Maybe Xbox has done something to them. Maybe Xbox has really traumatized them or something. Because he can't be frustrating to go up against though. With the React Armor, the Last Insanity, the Fire Missile, Fire Stake, everything. It's kind of like hard to go against him, but maybe they have a reason. Okay, now they ban a gourd. Definitely, that's what they should have done. Oh, and they pick. Order of Fate picks a carry. Okay. They might really be going towards something here. What do you think?
I think 02 actually prioritizing and picking rather the carry will limit the Sodas. I don't think the Sodas want to go for a lot of really tanky picks. So they might even go for a support room or a fighter room just to try to reduce the chances of going for those high tanky heroes because the carry is just going to melt through that. So now we see Evil Moon going for a Sicilian. That's a great pick. Just clap. Ooh, I see what they're doing. I see what is happening here. They have stolen the Sun pick away from Veldanava. Wow. Okay, that's how you use it. Having the pick is one thing, using it is another, Bambi.
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he does it different time. Maybe before that we make good use of it. Okay, so here, Model of Fate is speaking the Versana and the Camilla.
Oh,
Wow.
that's nasty. That's a nasty combination. The curse
Oh
of
my
blood.
goodness. You already know what is going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. Back.
Yeah, it's a nasty, nasty combo there. The course of blood there with the deadly grasp and the CC chain continues. We know how deadly that
Yeah.
can be. Of course, now she adds a petrify to the mix. You know how that moves, but then still just that. Like I said, they won't want to go for a lot of tanky picks because now we see Minotaur. We know that Minotaur is not exactly that tanky. Minotaur has the regen, yeah, it does, but then it doesn't exactly. It's not exactly that big. So carry is not really. You're not really getting most out of the carry if you have a lot of picks that are very, very squishy. You'd rather just be best going for a bust max. Oh, Melissa being banned. That is pretty good. Also, now we get to see Milton change hands because obviously the god is back. Oh, I can see Tondarby in the chats. Wow, Tondarby, the two-time winner for the 1v1 championship tournament. How you doing, man? Hello, man. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, back to what we're doing here. So yeah, Zen now has to pick, and we saw him go for a Claude, and now Arisu is the one going gold lane instead of Zen, Bambi.
Yeah. Maybe he might do a different gameplay for us. Maybe he might give us something different. Maybe he's trying to say that, okay, I'm the one thing the Claude. Let me see. I'm gonna do something. Let me see what I can do this time around. But going against Carrie, what do you think about it?
Well, honestly, I feel like the Claude has more mobility advantage. I mean, we do know that Spirit Twist grants the carry mobility. We also know that the Claude has the BMI for his blink and also the mobility on the blazing duet. But it's a flicker versus a vengeance. So technically, Arisu can sustain more damage along the line compared to 0-2. But then, true damage just melts through the vengeance. The vengeance is meant to gain damage reduction and carry deals true damage for every 4 stacks of the light wheel mark. So, hey, let's just see how that plays. In the end of the day, it's not just the draft, it's not just the pick, it's how you use it, it's how you play it. And now we see Zen go for the Leon mod instead, and that completes the drafting phase. Over to you guys in the comments. Whose draft are you inclining towards? The draft of Ordeal of Fate or the draft of Disorders? It's game 2, Bambi. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, let's really see how this goes, to be honest. Because I'm trying to imagine the amounts of CC. Okay, so Milton is going for this Purify. I don't know waiting Purify. I don't do Milton because I'm pretty sure it has really saved him a lot because you must really love this Purify a lot, to be honest. So I'm looking at the amount of CC that's going to go round from the side of Ordeal of Fate and one for Disorders. To be honest, I would not lie. My draft is just going towards Ordeal of Fate because with the internal guard, and the deadly grabs together with the cost of blood, a lot that's going to do. You know what is going. You know the amount of CC that is going to go around. So that's what my draft is really going towards. But let's see. And also, you cannot forget the battle coming from Sicilian and Mineral Fury from maybe. Yeah, you've seen it. So maybe there's something that might be different. So let's just see. But my draft is just goes towards the Ordeal of Fate, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I am actually inclining towards Ordeal of Fate as well. They do have a pretty good draft here. I mean, the combo, the synergy, everything is big. We've got the penalty zone for the set of Terizla. We've also got the Deadly Grasp with the Eternal Card. And then we've got the Camilla's Curse of Blood to finish things off. The Karina is there, Veldanava with the Shadow Assaults to just pick up and do the cleanup. And then we also have... I mean, that's everyone, pretty much. That's everyone. But then top lane, look at the gold lane. The Stone there coming in. The Camilla, the Bloodbath. That's exactly what we're talking about. A 3-man knob jump on the gold laner. Arisu with a 0-1-0 start. Not looking good. Meanwhile, down bottom on that EXP lane, we see the zoning out. And Just Cloud already low. The Disorders not starting out well again, man.
Yeah, going against a Terizla, oh my goodness. With the revenge strike and execution strike, you really do not want to go near him. You just need to farm a little bit. You just go in, go in, go out. Because you cannot go against a Terizla one on one. You get so up top we see okay, they've left the gold lane so that I think the turtle is spawning up right now, Black.
Yeah, there's also spawns. And already we get to see Veldenama starts it out, of course, out there. Okay, momentum, but it looks like they will start to push things out there. They're not really giving him a chance at all. A timeout guard from Milton. This man now in penalty zone. Yellow wants a piece of disorders as the executioner strike from Milton steals that kill and gets a double for himself. Meanwhile, Just Cloud is running away from Veldenava. The endless variety that will not do anything. It's Antena's move. The piece of point for no. Shadow Assault puts him down. What the heck is Ordeal of Fate on? They are not giving the Soras any space to breathe at all.
To be honest, then okay, there's a fight going up top, Black. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Arisu melted down 0-2 there. And now we see the reinforcements coming. Of course, Milton, that's what he does best. The CC chain and the gold grab already taken. Reinforcement is already here for the man there. But then 0-2, you need to jump in there. There's a lot of damage being taken. Of course, Evil Moon comes in to join the party going on up top here. BMI to dodge the Eternal Guard. That's a good play. And 3v2. I like the fact that they are just making sure that they wait for 0-2 to come back to the lanes. And was that a cut? Production, please go over to the EXP lane. You just say a cut, Bambi. Wow, Yellow is confident.
Oh my goodness, he's really cutting down the lanes. You cannot go against a Terizla one-on-one, to be honest. That guy has a lot of vigor. And okay, there's an engage up here, Black. Are you seeing it?
Seed committed and Zen already. That's an early ultimate picked up. And now the Cost of Blood might come out soon in the bad spot there. Cost of Blood comes out onto 4. That's a great pair up. And this is exactly what we talked about. The combo CC. And now Shadow Assault, the big two enders to just up at 0-2 finishes to top down the pressing to wet. Milton takes him down. Able move, finds one. And a double for Zen. This sword has turned that around for a 2v3 trade. And so far, this turtle might just be the first one they will get as they will rotate down bottom, but it looks like they might not. Yellow catches Zen, and now penalty zone locks him down. Zen, phantom charge, able to get away, but has he gotten away? No, he has not. Yellow puts him down, and now he will go with the spent stomp, but the Eternal Guard comes out. Tester is already low. You have to pull back now. Somehow, Ordeal of Fate still get this turtle again.
These people, what are they on, to be honest? What are they really on? Oh my goodness, Black.
Yeah.
I need to ask a question. What are they really on?
I don't even know, honestly. Okay, Arisu starting to get a bit feisty here. It's a split like this by the Blazing Duet, but he pulls out first. That is a wise decision. Once the Blazing Duet runs out, you gotta put up, but then on the other side, oh, Milton. That is Zen again, shutting him down. That's a great shutdown and a big win and a penalty zone lockdown. Yellow might be a bit overconfident here. You don't have your teammate close by. You need to pull back now. Milton, the man is not interested. The man will respond soon. And now the Sodas, looks like they will have to put up a fight. I mean, it's either here or the lower brackets.
Yeah, and they are really playing aggressively, to be honest. A lot of it have really playing aggressively. They do not want to take any chances or let any slip up. They're just, I love the fact that they have so much synergy. Oh my goodness, Black, there's a fight going up here. Oh.
Yeah, that was, I think we already saw that coming. To be honest, I love the fact they're trying to do okay, Zen. Okay, Zen might be looking for a chance here. But now the man is just waiting. Yeah, like you were saying. We do see situations whereby, okay, Phantom Steed, Zen might be feisty, despite stopping him in one fury, committed as well. Zen is able to pick up one old keeper, puts down Milton again. The man definitely has a target on his back, but now it's not done. Wants to go for the Camellia as well. Jay is in a bad spot, but Zen, who might pay for it? No, he gets away. Decimation assault defensively, and now Evil Moon puts him down, and the Karina comes into play. Shadow Assault doesn't take him down. Dance of Blades to dodge Arisu's basic attacks and reflect it back and pull back.
Yeah, I just felt that Camilla should have just left there. I just felt like Kingslayer should have just left there immediately. Immediately Milton was taken down. That was like the best time to have just left because he didn't have any much damage to take down both. He didn't have any much damage to take down both Jekyll and Zen. So I think it's not. Okay, there's a first going down here, but
Which also is almost taking
at the
there. We see Zen.
portal.
Oh, we see Zen. That was a close retry. You almost got the retry battle, and now we see a chase there, looking for a chance. But you want Fury gets close to the CC. Shadow Assassin comes in as well. Feldenava is looking for a double, but only one will be picked up. It's Assassin's move the clone techniques. That's a just right to get out of the battlefield. Wise decision from Just Cloud. You don't want to engage in a 1v4 against 4 hungry members of Ordeal of Fate. Meanwhile, Evil Moon, Bad Sports, is not a network issue. 0-2 taking advantage of it, puts him down, builds it, steals the kill anyways, and now he retreats back to the gold lane. Bambi.
My goodness. Okay, now there's another one going on. Why is Zen taking law into his own hands? To be honest, why is he doing that?
Well, technically, if you're not gonna do it, I'll just do this kind of a Thanos statement. Fine, I'll do it myself. So I think that's what Zen is trying to tell us here. But still, Blizzard where comes out as well. Ooh, that's a nice counter. It does for Blade to dodge the Blizzard to wait, and now 0-2 comes out with his pretty like those melts down. Zen built to get the kill, and now Arisu has get added to the tally by 0-2. Added to the tally again, Jester. It's a 3 for none, and disorders are starting to crumble in game 2. Only one member left, being Evil Moon in that mid lane. The 2 side lanes being pushed, and Bambi, this is the beginning of the end.
To be honest, it really is the beginning of the end. The Kingslayer is really doing a lot. The cost of blood, and the blood bat is really doing as much as it can. To be honest, and even with the fact that Minotaur is a squishy tank. He is squishy, so he really needs to be careful with the way he engages, and he also needs to be engaging when his teammates are okay. They are going down. They're taking his buff food, taking it already. So he really needs to be careful. Okay, there's a fight going on here. Okay, it will now happen at this point. Like I was saying, just a little bit. Okay, I think he has a network issue right now, but to be honest, we still don't know what is going on. Still don't know what is going on. But the Lord has spawned, and
Yellow, bad spots. Mano has to pull back. I think he's trying to bait them there. He was spamming the recalls there. It's just baiting Jester. Jester's already low though. The Lord already taken. And a penalty zone to chase down Jester. Jester baits out the revitalize. Doesn't do anything. It puts him down anyways. Meanwhile, Evil Moon, they're trying to keep them out of the tattoo of the mid lane. But can they? That's the question, because that Lord will soon come. And okay, the Tarissa has already taken the top lanes inhibitor. Now we see Zen, he dodges that, but that's not enough. Phantom Steed, he gets away. 0-2. Is that a chase? Is that a chase? No, you can't chase him down. He has to go. We have to wait for that siege. Okay, now we get to see Cos Blast. Oh, Just Cloud gets taken down. Man, what was that? Meanwhile, oh, Yellow and a pick off again. That is Yellow in a bad spot, but the Vengeance is trying to tank as much damage as he can for him. Also, Blood connect only onto one. And the boys of Disorders at this point are just looking to wrap up the whole show and just go home with a 2-0 win. That's a 2-man there with the speedy light to a 0-2. Wants to finish off Jester. 0-2. The spike will mark. Gets the kill from a distance. And now the carry taking out the inhibitor, the bottom lane, the Lord approaching from the top. Disorders, if there's anything you want to do it now. Unless it's the lower brackets from here on, and that's not where anyone wants to be. As the Minions are playing for the top lane, the mid lane as well. Milton is already there. The Disorders don't have HP. Yellow is punching down their throats. That hammer is holding, and now the BOS stacking as much damage for him. The base is wide open. The Lord is already melted down, but they have the Minions to end the game. The base is wide open. Who's gonna push the base? And then they're going for the Minion Fury there. Knocks up 2 for Milton, about 4%. Shuts him down. Now Mlhub gets one for himself, 1-for-1, and makes it 2-for-1, double kill. Mlhub, Milton gets another piece of double of his own, and the soldiers are getting crumpled, blazing the web with Arisu. This is not melting down, he survives, last man to defend, but no can do. The base is taken down, and the soldiers will lose in a 2-0 fashion.
That's all I can say. Did you see the farm? They should have focused on farming, to be honest. But I guess Module of Faith did not really allow them to do as much because they kept on being aggressive early game. To be honest, they were just so aggressive in early game, and they did more of the defending than them having to fight back and all. But that was a very good game, and they really, really tried. But I guess their best was not enough. Black.
Yeah, their best was not enough. And unfortunately, it's the lower bracket. And speaking of lower brackets, this next match is actually the lower bracket match. So whoever loses here in this second match we are actually streaming, they get to go home. So it's not okay, we have a second chance, or we have a launch pad or a safety gear. It's all or nothing for this second match. We're going to be playing the lower bracket match now. And wait for the ref, which is Zenos, to come online and send us the code so that we can get straight into the game. But of course, I have seen the comments here, and I can see RB saying the EXP difference cost them. Yeah, Bambi, the thing with the Sodas is we saw a point where towards this mid of that second game, we saw a point where towards the middle of the game, it was as if they were trying to get the hang of the game back. Like things were starting to get back into control, but Odile of it said, nah, no on our watch.
Yeah, you could even see where Terizla was soloing Son. Son could not even do much.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the clone techniques, I was even thinking that he would probably go for Vexana, or they were not even allowing him to like go for the backline. He was not really doing much, and Terizla was like moving around the map, seeing if there's any help needed, and Son was not really doing as much as he can at that point. So I really do not have any words to say for the part of the Sodas, because they really needed to keep their farming on. They really did, and they're not able to. Because I was even expecting to see the Minotaur and Sicilian, because it felt like at that point of time they were really doing something. They were like trying to pick up at some point. Then the next thing, it wasn't as it did not come. He didn't come to play, so I guess it didn't work for them.
Yeah, it didn't exactly work for them. That's the thing. But still, honestly, I gotta say, though, that game one was, the total tip of the hill. We saw a situation whereby everything just went downhill. But then the game two, we started out with its downhill pattern, and then we saw the Soda say, okay, maybe we can. We saw a lane switch. Arisu went gold, Zen went jungle. And maybe that was the start of something new. Maybe that was the change that the Sodas needed. But then at some point, things started going downhill again. And I was like, okay, come on, what's going on? What's going on here? Now we get to see them lose and thrown to the lower brackets. And now we have a lower brackets match, which, by the way, is Shadow Kings versus Yonko Elite. Now, I have something interesting to say about these teams. Yonko is actually a returning team. Yonko played in the first Rookies tournament, and Shadow Kings, I had an interview I did on TikTok with the Shadow Kings squad leader where I discussed with him, and he gave me a remark on his team, and he expressed absolute sportsmanship. I loved it. His comment was, whoever wins or lose, may the best squad win, and everything was just, you could tell that the man just has, good sportsmanship. He was just that person that respect other team, respect other players, and yeah, honestly, really, that was really impressive. But then With that being said, we're going to go on a short intermission, guys. A very short intermission. And when we come back, we are going to when we come back, we are going to bring the second game to you guys. Don't go anywhere. Grab your water and whatever you're into, and we'll be right back. It's gonna be Black and Bambi. Cheers, guys. See you soon.
Owlus. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Owlus! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Owlus. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
Live, Jared. All right. Okay, welcome back, guys. We are now in game 2 and the very first lower bracket game for today. Mind you, I am seeing Carl on the stream. Hello, Tori. Hello, Carl. How are you doing today, man? The castles for yesterday's games. Then back to the game, Bambi. We are seeing Yonko get their first ban, and it's a Julian, and then we see Carry. Is it actually a Carry ban because of how the first game was? Do you think that, Bambi?
It might be. Who wants to go against the Carry? It might be. The Julian is understandable with the enhanced chain. He really does a lot of damage there, so maybe that's a good ban for them. So,
yeah. It's a lot of magic damage on the Julian. I agree. Taking that out is definitely a good move from Yonko. I mean, this is a returning team. They played in the rookies tournament, so in terms of tournaments like this, expect them to have more experience here. Of course, when it comes to drafting as well, there's an advantage that experience gives you. And now we see only Demon. Actually, he moved Livingston to the first S1, and now they pick the Zetian first. Wow. That's definitely a very good pick there when it comes to the mid lanes. And now it's Grok. Wow. Okay. That's good.
Butterfly is born by thy wish.
That's a good pick there, honestly. I like that. Even a Zetian, is Jusin rather, right? That's another problematic mage pick. We saw a Jusin pick last time yesterday, and we knew how much problem that caused. So the fact that the Yonkos have that and it's low key playing that, we know that okay, we definitely have to do something about her. Go for an assassin that can close in the distance, something like a Hayabusa or a Suyo or something that can close in the distance. Definitely something that can close. Oh, two tanks, Bambi.
Hey, to be
Hey,
honest, I do not know what they want to go for right now. I don't know what they had in mind. Okay, I think it's the Hylos that is going EXP. Yeah, I
yeah.
think he should be the one going EXP, then the Balearic should be the one roaming. So I really do not know what their plan is. But this combo that they want to give us like this, hey, oh my goodness.
This combo is lethal. A Belric and the Hylos, two strong frontliners. I think it's definitely gonna be an Eberic EXP than a Hylos because Eberic actually has better EXP potential than a Hylos. A Hylos also has EXP potential. It was still the damage from the ancient seed and also the deadly thorns. You can tell that the Eberic definitely has more magic damage. So that's three magic damage dealers on the side of Shadow Kings. They definitely have to invest in more physical damage dealers from now on. And on the other side, we see an X-Block being picked. Wow. And then Minsita being banned. And now we see Risa. We have to pick someone in the next 12 seconds, Bambi.
Yeah, oh, and he goes for the backshot. Oh my goodness. The shield unity and the shield spirit. It's hard to take backshot down. Like he's got to be one of the most tankiest of all tanks, to be honest. That guy is really, really tanky, and I need to give backshot credit for that. Without Otis Pusans and everything, that guy is really,
Yeah.
really dealing it will really take a lot of damage. For Shadow Kings, and see they are going for the Obsidia and the Landlord. So what do you think about this, Black?
Yeah, it's a pretty good physical damage balance to the comp. You already have three magic damage dealers. Like I said, they will need to invest in more physical damage dealers. And you talked about the Baxia being super tanky. Of course, Yonkos are experiencing this. They're a returning squad. So, of course, they've got a pick to counter another pick. You've got Hylos on the side of Shadow Kings. We have a Baxia. We'll go head to head. We know the Hylos passive, the Ticking Blood, grants him extra regen and also grants him extra HP. He can even cast his skills with his HP rather than his mana when he runs out. It's just something else. So yeah, Baxia versus Hylos. Let's see how that goes in the laning phase. But then over to you guys now. We're on the loading screen. Whose drafts are you inclining towards? We see the Obsidia. We also see the Lancelot. Two solid damage dealers, physical damage dealers, and we don't see a single. Okay, actually, the Zetian has a flicker. Okay, the Zetian has a flicker.
Yeah, she does. The compositions that are trying to give us right now, we really do not see what they would until the combos is on before you understand what is going on here right now. Okay, no, okay, so he is. Valeric is the one going EXP. I thought it was going to be Isle, but it's Valeric instead. More if Valeric enters the market, it might just be. And I don't know, Black. Does Xbox counter Valeric in a sort of way?
It depends on how you play it, really. There's a lot of these, these counters that it really depends on how this player has executed. Yes, a hero might counter a hero, but there is a way a player can execute it in such a way that it makes it look like it's not even a counter. So let's see how the laning goes. That's what I'm gonna say to you. Well, let's see how the laning goes. If the laning goes well, then we know that okay, properly the Xbox is supposed to give the Belric problems because of the true damage that he deals. But if the laning doesn't exactly go well, then let me get a pause. So if the lane doesn't go well, then the Belric is gonna just sustain through the Xbox true damage, which shouldn't be so. But will be what happening between our very eyes. So I want to talk about this Obsidia with you though, Bambi. Do you think this Obsidia is gonna give this Baxter a run for our money?
You know, aside from Carrie being the tank shredder, we
Yeah.
also have Hannah also being a tank shredder. Obsidia too. She has very high damage. I don't know if you Obsidia has a very crazy damage once she's really farm. You know that hunt that Abyssal bone needle and the phantom shadow melt.
Yeah.
She can really do meltdown tanks if she's really farmed, to be honest. So like I think she can. I think aside from Hanabi and Kyrie, I think she's also one of those marksmen that can also melt tanks. So we have to like give her credit for that.
Yeah, you have to give her credit for that indeed. Honestly, I don't even want to even talk much on the Obsidia until I see the play. I want to see the play first because Obsidian is such a good pick, especially when it comes to scaling. Obsidian has so much damage in the late games. You know, especially with that return to bone passive that she has, whereby the bones just keep stacking, and then you can
Yeah,
you can just release it as it's attacking with you, and that thing has so much damage potential. So that's the thing. Honestly, I want to see the execution, and I'm really looking forward to being impressed by Lumi because she's the one on the Obsidian here. Let's just wait for the on pause and let's see how this goes. It's an Obsidian Aegis, by the way, not an Obsidian Vengeance.
I was really expecting to do a flicker, but like you said, it depends on the player playing the hero itself.
Hero,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so like let's
I'm getting
just
an on
see what
pause.
this can do.
Let's see how it goes indeed. Although mid lane though, we get to see the Grok. Wait, is that a Grok mid lane? No, everything is just okay. I feel that there is no a Grok mid lane because right now Yonko's lineup is actually starting to confuse me a little bit. We get to see the Grok spending more time in the mid lane than anywhere else as anything rampant. Trying to block the way of the Zetian, but the Vixen is already, okay, gets full back, lantern flare, and now in the midst of two, forced to flicker out Loki. Now Sage has to go back as well, Shield of Spirits as well, with the Shield Assault. Man is just, go back. That's a wise decision. The Tortoise is about to spawn, and the Shield Unity to get away.
Yeah, I like the fact that Bakshaw was wanted. He wanted to engage at first, but he saw that it wasn't really needed. So the total was about very spawning. So he needs to focus more on objectives right now than engaging in unnecessary team fights. So like they are contesting for the total right now, Black.
Yeah, that's actually a very wise move. Touches for Sans and Noble Emperor
Ooh.
steals it. Now Fear of the Phoenix turns two, and that last insanity comes out. But Reigns gets one. First blood drawn. That's no, the Hylos falls, and now they're trying to pull back there. The flicker committed as well. That's Levixen getting away back to the mid lane. They've lost the top two. They lost a player, and well, that was a profitable trade for Young Coach. Returning squad, anything up right there, and block the way, but the tech charge doesn't really do much. Levixen still survives at an encounter, and they will recall back.
Yeah, I really felt that Loki should have just followed up at that moment because I'm pretty sure that he had followed up, Zidane would have gone, but he wasn't there at the time Grok altered, so he really didn't give them the opportunity to. So like, let's go down gold lane.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a Obsidian just farming. Lumi is just farming at this point, and they're about coming in here, Black.
And stuns him up low on order, and Sage as well is already there with Loki to defend their gold lane and Risa. And honestly, they need that defense because he's just farming right now. We can tell that Risa is just trying to be safe. Vetting Rampart blocks the way. Tech charge available, but not willing to use it. Now the touches Poison's committed from Noble Emperor on the field of the Phoenix, and the Vixen needs to get out of there. Sage might block the way. The tech charge comes out, and Noble takes advantage of it. There, but not trying to get away there. Girls pathway put down, and the taunt rolls. But that's the walk off and walk away from the boys of Yonko as they will retreat and they get what they want. It's one for naught. And these little traits, little pickups, if you think about it in the long run, will start to really scale and really help the boys of Yonko to get even more gold value. And now we move up straight, and Sage rotating there onto the mid lane. and back to that top lane there where that turtle is. And really, things have been going so well for the boys of Yonko. Literally 2 single trades there for nothing. And then they got the gold lead right now. Gross pathway comes up. No just want to play passive now. The turtle pass half HP. And now Holy Demon somehow still sit there. That's the first objective taken. Ancient Seed doesn't turn to Noble. The man walks away. I love how Yonkos are picking their fights wisely. But then the mid lane, the clash is going to come through with Sage. He's just waiting for that perfect tech charge setup to give to Loki. But Sage, the man is holding back. Maybe a chance, but no. It's trying to prevent him, trying to zone him out here and just hold out until the time is right for that engagement. Meanwhile, rotations onto that gold lane. I don't even like how things are going right now because they're just really slow and everyone wants to see the action, Bambi. So far, Sage now moving slow. Now slow and steady will be the pace that Yonko are taking here. That Sage walking into the bush. He sees 3 members there. And Sage stunned Rose there with the front of Phoenix stuns too. And that Hunter full Sage taking out his mobility skills. The man is not able to get away. Meanwhile, Gross pathway into the tier 1. Pulls it back again. Don't Rose. Holy Demon is not able to get away. Risa puts him down. First kill for the Hanabi. And now the minion waves already looking good right now. And the turtle not yet spawned. 40 seconds. Things are looking good already for the boys of Yonko. It's 3-1. They have the gold lead. And things are looking good right now for them. Things are looking good for Yonko. So far, we are starting to move towards a good spot, really. If you think about it, because 15.7 to 14, it's almost a 1K gold lead, and that leads just into the 2 pickoffs that I was talking about in the earliest. Those are starting to really, really scale and really help Yonkos when it comes to building. Now it's a 2K gold lead, 2K gold lead, and they're starting to get really behind. Honestly, Shadow Kings, you really need to start getting your macros properly. Now we see them, cluster around that gold lane, and of course already there, and are they going to rotate downwards? I'm going to ask the question because Yonko, it seems like the numbers are concentrated towards that EXP lane. They want to force that tier 1 to go down. That's Ethan Rampart there. The Terran dry out there. Turns 4. Can he still defend that one? Third chart comes out, knocks him off. And the Barrack is still starting. The tortoise for his son's Noble. He's taking the turret down and he's forced to go out of there. The Vixen comes into the fend directs. And there, they will not be successful in taking out the tier 1. They give the total to Shadow Kings and no turret for it. Damn, a bit of a miscalculation from Yonko. They thought they could form and push that tier 1 of the EXP lane, but that was not the situation. That was not the result and the outcome they imagined. But now, bottom lane, they will go to set their sights onto the Obsidia. And of course, Yama is aware that he is not alone anymore. And now the minion waves are there. They might take the chance there. They might want to push things here. And no, he's just available. The Lancelot comes in, Holy Demon as well. Puncture into the creep. Now onto the top lane. Noble Emperor. The Sage as well. Now Loki. Okay. Managed to sort of poke him out. But I see the fact that they've switched lanes now. The Zetian is on the top lane. And the mid lane is the Rex. And man, look at the gold lane though. Look at the gold lane. What's going on there? I want to pull on to Risa, but a quickness is trying to save him. But no, Risa is low. Yama puts him down. And now we see Noble there. Tier 1 down. Shadow Kings playing it well. The gold lane turret is now in their favor. Meanwhile, on that top lane, it's Loki there to PV1. The Vixen comes to defend. The minion waves are there. Deck charge does not hit the wall. Bit of a range miscalculation, but now Rings takes down the tier 1 uncontested. Rex is there, but the turret is already down. Now he wants to go back out of trial. Doesn't connect to anyone. Neither does the Ancient Seed. It's the top lane. Holy Demon rotating there. But then one turret already taken down. Yama wants to push his lock for the second. But the macros would have to be what they will prioritize for this Lord that spawns in 10 seconds. And Bambi, this is how you play it for Shadow Kings. What a comeback. What a comeback for them indeed. And now mid lane, we get to see some very interesting plays here. And I think this is a very interesting place here, really, honestly. And then, okay, tosses Poisans committed early glorious pathway to block off the way. That's a great glorious pathway from you. And now Noble is caught in a bad spot. The Joker doesn't need to fall. Retribution already invested. Noble falls to the third rows of only team, and now a free Lord to the post of Shadow King. Inside your blade, the place taunts him, and Rick cannot get away. Yama puts him down. Sage next on the top air block is already low. The gold kind of grunk on the top of the Mutabe. Livingston takes out one. Yama falls, and Rixa gets a double. 1-2 members left for the boys of Yonko, and Shadow Kings are showing them that a bit of more that they can chew. And geez, what is this? What is this game? Shadow Kings with a comeback. They take back the gold lead. Okay, actually, the gold lead is little small there, but it's like 100 gold lead here. But then Shadow Kings, what a play. At the start, we thought Yonkos had the little advantage there with the little pickles, but Shadow Kings have shown that it's not in how the game starts, it's in how the game continues. And this is the narrative they're trying to trade in here. They have the turret advantage. Somehow they will still maintain theirs, but still, let's see how this goes. Yonkos doesn't seem like they're out of the game just yet. They are getting their macros right. They are rotating, and that's what they need to do in games like this. Sometimes it's not just about the kills. It's not just about the movies. It's not just about the rotations, but the movement. It's all about the macros, guys. Sometimes this macro plays, the turrets you take, the minions you clear, the waves you leave, the waves you freeze. These little plays tend to spike, tend to stack, and then tend to give you guys an advantage. Oh, what the heck was that? Loki takes out Yama, and now a team fight outburst, and the tank type knocks off one. Only Demon Tondros to get away, and that last is debated out there into the midst of it all. Now trying to get away there. Ancient Seed doesn't turn to mouth. The flick already invested by Rings. That Lord is now there, and they don't have the resource to contest. The retribution is still there though for Noble. Will they start it out? Links. And we'll make sure things are there. Bambi, these games have been enticing. Shadow Kings have been putting on the play here, but then Sage there, so does the damage, pulls him back again. You see the consistent magic CC from the Zetian. We know that Zetian has always been a problem, but still Sage, they're still trying their best. Shadow Kings, but the Lord already have big beef. They're going to contest now. Hunter Puna connects onto Sage. Yama is trying to melt down this block there, but the Lord is almost there. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? It's going to be Raisa, and they take it down. Only Demon gets a double instead. Goes for the kill. No gets a double of his own. Rick gets one. They're trying to go for the wipeout. Last man standing, being Rings. The man is forced to get away. You get the Lord, but we wipe you guys out, Bambi. Man, this Lord is what they might have needed for them to hold out, because Shadow King, the only things now holding them down is that Lord at the top lane. That is what they need to clear. That is what they need to take down in order to get their macros right, because this is not how you want to play it. If you are Shadow Kings, you don't want to go head first and ignore that Lord, and that's what they do. They go up top and they clear the Lord, family. Man, things are starting to go well, yeah. Well, to be fair, I like the fact that Shadow Kings now, they've comfortably taken back the gold lead. Now we see a mid lane push. It's a format be okay, cutting them off with the glorious pathway. We've seen that strategy before. Now we'll go for it. And now, right now, trying to get away there is go from Holy Demon. The man doesn't let her escape, and that last insanity to shut him down. Riggs will make him pay. And now 2 members left. They might want to go for the wipeout. Sage front lining that team fight, but the back line cut off from the Rex. The man goes for Rattle Drive, Tontis 2 up, Ancient Sea, doesn't catch Rings. Man needs that support. Where is Livingston? Where is Livingston? When the Rex needs him, it's a 1v3, 3 of the 3 stuns 3. Livingston shows up finally, then Shield of Spirits and Shield Unity. They pull back. It's 75 seconds until that Lord spawns. 1 casualty sustained for the boys of Shadow Kings. If they can do this, it's gonna be at that next Lord dance. They've got to make it work there. They need to make it work there, because they can't afford to lose any more Lords. If they want to make one final push, they have already pushed the turrets completely on the bottom lane. They only need to get the one on the top lane now. So now, bottom lane, Noble gonna have to move forward there. Things are starting to look really good, and honestly, I like the fact that they are looking good. Yonko's trying so hard to hang in there, and the other side, we get to see the guys from Shadow King also trying their best as well to hang in there. The goal is pretty close, so you can tell that one single mistake can be very fatal. Okay, Holy Demon, it's a 1v3. They are chasing him down. 1v4. The center field of Phyllis comes out. If he gets out of this one, I don't know. He gets out puncture, but that's not cool. That's a lot of trial sacrifice for that 1v5 to Rex. In the midst of it all, the Rex will fall to Loki, and now the rest of the team is a last incentive with a flicker. Goes straight to Yama, but not enough damage to take him down. Hunter Paul, Yama responds, but we'll pay for that response. It's 3 players down. Now the chase back. Noble, he wants to go for the rest. There's 2 players left. Shadow Kings, they will respectively pull back, and now a preload over to the boys of Yonko Bambi. Then mid lane, that will be the Lord is there. Rings is still there. And now the Lord already have HP. Doesn't look like they want to go for the contest. Maybe Holy Demon want to go for the contest. Phantom's, it's okay. Phantom is, oh, Holy Demon, what the hell? Steals the Lord and punctures out of there, but then get caught by Risa, man. That guy might have just saved Shadow Kings and helped them hang in there, even if it's just for a bit longer. And the tech chat comes out, Battle Drive turns to Gross Pathway as well, comes out to play. It's a Crimson Beacon out there, Loki, trying to deal as much CC, but a pull back. Now the Shield Unity comes out from Noble Emperor. They want to pull back. They've lost that Lord. They need to clear. The macros need to work for the boys of Yonko if they want to defend against this. And the siege ensues. This is what you want to see. This is the play you want to see from them. And our movement would have to go. We see a cut down bottom. We get to see rings, but then the Lord already approaching free of the finish comes out to play now. And it directs. Is he going into the midst of it all? Now the taunt from Ancient Seed with the gross pathway to follow up there. It's Yama in the midst of it all. Yama is already up HP. Yama melted down by Loki. Now with the touches boy Sans, he's trying to do more. Now Derex gets out in 2 or gets a double of his own. Derex gets Loki his own double, and now the Lord almost melted down there. Puncture from Holy Demon. He wants to take out Loki. Puncture again. Holy Demon wants to get the kill. Taunt Rose gets him the kill. A double for Lynx. Wow, Holy Demon was busy. His teammates were getting taken out, and now the man is the last man standing. The Lord already melted down. Yonko's hanging there for 1 minute longer. They take back that kill lead, and Shadow Kings will have to do that all over again. Guys. Things are looking really good for the boys of Shadow Kings, and man, have they done it. And man, have they hang in there. It's the lower bracket, guys. If they lose here, it's everything on the line. If they lose here, they are out of the tournament. And you don't want to lose. If you're them, you don't want to be in that position, really. And still, at this point, what can they do? Yonkos are giving them such a tough time. They are giving them a run for their money and making sure they have it difficult, because this is really a tough match for both these teams. You can tell Yonkos aren't flaunting or flexing like they were in the early to mid games. And Shadow Kings either aren't relenting or playing a passive like they were in the earlies. The gold lead now already tied. It's a 49.2, 49.2. It's super close. Anybody's lead at this point, and anybody's game at this point. 13-17 though. We say Chester's Portron purchase from Null, definitely for that attack speed on Risa. But still, the Lord almost spawned. It's only not already starting out here. Anybody's game. Will Holy Demon still find a way to retreat this? Will they see somehow? And now they started out. That's Yama. Dodging it out. Few of the Phoenix comes out to play. You already spawned. Gross Pathway comes out again. That's the engagement and a full on team fight. Oh, 4-man! Wrath of Triad and Darius in the midst of it all. Hunter 4, rest of 4 saves Ghost Next, and the red goes down. Instead, it's Riggs again who's the turn. 2 members left. Can they pull back? Yonkos! Holy Demon wants to go for another. The Lord is out there. They prioritize that instead, and that is Yonkos losing that out to Shadow Kings as they win out this Lord, and no can do. Noble Emperor is still around the corner and waiting to see if he might pull up something. But no, the Lord already have HP. Noble, if you're gonna make a move, make it now. It's gonna come in there. Unity. There's the movement there. Noble goes in as well, almost at the retreat position there. Noble might be the retreat. Noble still sits, and only Demon falls, and they go for another killing spree for Loki. Levinson, the last man standing, and just like that, Shadow Kings might have just thrown the game. This lower bracket match, everything on the line, Yonkos, they show resilience and noble will be the spearhead moment, the spearhead jungler that is so badly need. Fury of the Phoenix comes through, but that load is already there. Tech chat comes out. Yama pass for last vicinity. This is it. Now is the time to make your move. Yonko, they go for the clear. They go for the wipeout. 2 members. That will make that 3. 2 members left for Shadow Kings. Any minute now, it's gonna end the game. The lower brackets finals, everything on the line. Shadow Kings are fighting. They are there. Holy Demon is there. 4 members are there. Hunter Point comes out, but Yama cannot do anything. That Lord is bottom lane. Approaching with force, approaching with dominions, and everything is gonna end here. Yonkos, end this game now. Don't wait. Don't hold back. Don't even farm. Don't spam the recourse. Just go for that base right here, right now. Flex comes out to play. Holy Demon boss. It's only 2 members left. Shadow Kings are trying to defend. Last vicinity. Looking at a double. Looking at a triple. And that will be Yonkos taking the game 1-0. Lower brackets. We go for game 2. Jesus. What the heck was that? Bobby, please tell me you're back. Please tell me you're back.
Yeah, yes, I am.
Finally.
Yes, I am. Wow, that was a very, very amazing gameplay from Yonko Elite. Oh my goodness, Zushin just gave them. They really did well. I should really give credit to Shadow Kings. They really did well. They really tried. Holy Demon was really doing as much as he could because he was trying to like take out Loki. Him being Loki being the damage dealer. He was really trying to take out Loki and
Loki was a menace indeed in that game. Honestly, I am impressed by that guy because this is a nice game. Honestly, this is something that you would not expect to see in a lower brackets match because 2 teams just relentlessly fighting. Sorry, that is something you would expect to see in a lower brackets match rather because they're literally fighting to stay in the tournament at this point. They are fighting to stay in the tournament. Yeah. Everything is on the line for them. If you lose here, you're going home. If you lose here, you're going home, Bambi. And these teams clearly want to stay.
Yeah, they really want to stay indeed. That was a very amazing gameplay from them. They really did their best. Shadow King, kudos to you guys. Yonko, that was amazing. That was really, really amazing.
Yeah. Yonko's definitely that Xbox will go. Definitely that Zetian will go because those were the 2 problematic picks for the boys. Those were the 2 problematic picks, and I'm pretty sure Shadow Kings will take those out because if I were them, I would. I would as well. Oh my goodness, it was what a match, guys. It was impressive gameplay from them, impressive performance from the players, and Yonko's. That was too close. That was way too close. At some point, we saw an equal gold difference. There was no gold difference. It was just 49.2, 49.2. You can tell that it would be anybody's game at some point. It was equal, and still, Yonko still went through that. So yeah, I just invited you now to the lobby. Bambi, please join so that we can start the game and I can give Zen was there. Holy Demon, that clutch retreat, that was impressive. And also Noble Emperor, the clutch retreat.
Yeah.
Those guys were impressive, Bambi. Very impressive players. Very, very, very impressive players. And now we just wait it out and just chill for that game to start. And of course, they're gonna start. Yeah, like I said, we already seen the lobby big bands here where we get Hanabi and the Xbox is taken out. That's that's understandable. Those were two problematic picks, Bambi.
Yeah, that was really understandable. Xbox was diving way too much into Zishan, so they really needed to ban him. And Hanabi, like I said, after Carry, she's also the next that does lots of damage. She's also a tank killer as well. So they
Mhm.
needed to take out those two.
Mm.
Yeah, they needed to take out those two because they were really disturbing. They were really annoying at some point. Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
understandable from them.
It really is. It really is. We have to just give it to the ref, Xenos, of course. We're going to have to just wait for him to start the game so that we can get straight into it. Honestly, oh my goodness. Honestly, it was an impressive match. These guys, this is it. It's here or you are going home for Shadow Kings. If you lose this match, that is it. And Yonko is a returning squad. Shadow Kings is a new squad. Shadow Kings have never played in a single tournament before. So this is not a this is the game two, Zeno. This is the game two. There is a best of three. Shadow Kings won for lost first game. Yonkos won, and now we get to a game two. We're in a game two right now where Yonkos have a chance to get back, to continue their win or to continue their performance in the lower bracket, because it's a double elimination tournament. If you lose in the lower bracket, you are out, and if you win in the lower bracket, you just keep proceeding there until you can get back up to the upper bracket. So yeah, Yonkos already a small step by taking the game one against Shadow Kings. Can they continue that way and take the game two? So yeah, over to you now, Bambi. I am seeing them do their lobby bans here. So yeah, they have to just wait for them to do their thing. And let me just get some water on my hand, please. Let me just take some water because that first game really took a lot out of me.
You said somebody is spectating. Okay,
Yeah,
they've kicked the person in.
yeah, they have some of these players.
Oh my
I'm seeing.
God,
All right, we are in the draft now, and Bambi, you know how this goes. This is where everything starts. This is where all the bans and all the picks are made, and it all starts here, right? How much of a problem you are going to have in the team fight, you're going to know here. So yeah, Belric is taking down. Wise decision from the boys of Yonko.
Yeah, really, what really is a wise decision because he really became problematic for them at some point. The wrath of Dryad was so problematic. Oh, and they banned the Grog too. Two problems that have been taken away from each squad. It's understandable, to be honest. They really did a lot of problems for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's understandable.
I can see so a comment now from Oasis. It says, "Loki, if you clutch one more time, Indian body for you." My goodness, these guys are hilarious. Yeah, the Loki's Zetian Zusin is banned, so no Zusin for him this time around. And we also say Carry being banned there. So yeah, Loki goes for a Zetian instead. He steals the Zetian away from Livixen. So yeah, if you ban my pick, I'll just steal yours.
Yeah, maybe he wants to show Lil Vixen that hey, I'm the better Zishan. You are not doing what you're supposed to do. So let me teach you how to play Zishan, that type of a thing. Uh, Fury of the Phoenix really did a lot, but really did a lot. It really disturbed them. Oh, okay.
It really disturbed them indeed. And well, I see a comment here. Someone says Loki's main is actually Zetian. My goodness, now I'm concerned. Now I'm super concerned.
That's
Oh my
why I
god.
said. That's why I said he was trying to cheat. Maybe he wants to cheat Ludwigsen that hey, this is my thing. Let me teach you how to play Zishan. Oh my goodness.
Well, let's see. Let's see the gameplay. And I think I can agree with something here with Shadow Kings. They are okay. I think I take my statement back. I was about to say that they actually love playing double tank lineup because they were about to go a Frederick Camilla. We saw a high-low spell rig they did last time, and now we're about to see a Frederick Camilla. And I was like, okay, what's with the double tank lineup in their roster? Why did you always like that double tank lineup? You could invest in other things. Now we see a CC lineup. That's a good, a Ruby actually works well with a Camilla if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, of course. And Noble Emperor now has to take down someone. And honestly, I would take down the Lancelot if it's not already banned in the lobby.
I am the sovereign of the abyss, the slayer of gods.
If it's not already banned in the lobby, that is, because that can be quite problematic, honestly. And then Holy Demon.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, please.
Yeah, it really can be problematic. The Phantom Execution can really do a lot. The Panther and Thorn Rose, it would really go for him. It would really go well for him. Going through, having to like dash through, that damage dealer on point. So yeah, and Derek speaks Clint. You know, Clint has a burst damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clint has a burst damage. So I think that would really help the team at some point because Yonko is going all tanks. Oh my goodness. Is this what oh my goodness, 3 tanks.
They're not playing
Black,
this
are you seeing what I'm saying? They're not really playing. 3 freaking tanks. What are you guys using these tanks to do, please?
And they still give Holy Demon the Lancelot again. It looks like Yonkos were really threatened this time around. Is that funny? Holy Demon, you want to go funny against this type of CC lineup? I wouldn't recommend you funny, honestly.
Let's just calm down. He might be joking. Let's just calm down.
Yeah, it's definitely joking. Switches over instead to the backs here. And
he goes.
Yeah. Well, what do you think, guys? What do you think in the comments? Do you think the Yonkos have the better draft, or do you think Shadow Kings have the better draft? In my opinion, I'm actually loving the draft of Yonkos. I love their draft, honestly. So, thinking about it, Yonkos have very good chance to deal lots of damage and also sustain lots of damage as well. You've got the Zetian, for CC, Frederick for CC, Gato for CC, Phobios for damage, and also CC, and also sustain. And then you've got Risa for damage. So yeah, Yonkos are looking really, really good, Bambi.
But let's not forget, like I said before, Baxia is really, really tanky.
Yeah.
And coupled with the Camilla. And like I said, Clint has that boss. If Clint really knows what he's playing, if he knows what he's playing, if you really can play Clint very well, the grenade bombardment,
Yeah, definitely is gonna be a problem, the grenade bombardment, if he plays it well, that is. Everything is all on execution, Bambi. Everything is all on execution.
Yeah, and you have Ruby going for the whole sustain and everything. He already has a front line already, so he just needs to just deliver it at the back. So yeah, let's not forget Shadow Kings. If they really know what they're doing, then this match is supposed to be what's it called, a turn up for them. So let's just see, Sha.
Let's see, indeed. It might just be the final match for tonight, guys. It might just be a chance for a game 3, but let's see who gets to fight their way out of this. It's the lower brackets. Don't forget again, I can see Oasis. I can also see Zeno saying, may the best team win. Production, let's go. All right, onto the mid lane. We get to see Holy. Oh, okay. First blood already drawn. The Vixen. Damn. Man needs to chill.
He really needs to chill, all right? He really, really needs to chill. He does not want to take any chances, to be honest. And let's not.
So you can't blame the man, actually. No one would actually want to take chances here because the boys of Shadow Kings, aren't exactly in a good spot. If they lose this exact match, they are out of the tournament. So they want to put everything here on the line. Now we see that top lane, that gold lane. We see a guy picking up. Oh, okay, Drex. That was a great move. quick draw, and also the double shot there. Now melted down in forcing Risa to recall early. We see a 3-man up top onto the gold lane here. Might be an early invade. Oh, okay, that's not an invade. They're just trying to go downward for that top 2 spawn there. But you see Directs playing the cleans pretty well, actually.
Yeah, like I said, if he knows, okay, now, so I think the turtle is all for Shadow Kings. Okay, like.
Now they take it also and they want more. They're going down for the boys at the bottom lane there. And it looks like Noah doesn't exactly know where to engage. That's the dark wave that's seen at the engagement there. Dr. Boysan's committed. And Mystic Field to Storm 3, Mobilize 3, Zeus picks up the kill first. And now Sage getting out into the tally. Zeus falls again, Shadow falls. Holy Demon, Wu fall. That's Noble again. A double for the Ruby and a double for Loki. Loki says, if you keep adding them to the tally, I'll also keep adding them to the tally. 2 for 2, and Shadow Kings bit off more than they can chew. They need to actually prioritize Loki. Loki has to be priority kill.
Yeah, he really, really needs to. And you also, let's not forget Xavier. Xavier really has, we should not overlook the fact that Xavier has really high damage. He really has a lot of damage. Let's just not overlook that fact. The Dawning Light and the Infinite Extension, Mystic Field, all fucked up together. He really, really gives a lot. So let's not forget Xavier. And the CC there, Zeus has to be really careful right there, because they would really, really gank him a lot.
They really gank him. I agree with you there. Everyone's gonna be careful here, really. And we see the rotations on point for the boys of Shadow Kings. Everyone is just everywhere at this point. 2 players mid lane. The jungler is doing his thing. The top lane is being dominated. Winning the Direct is winning that laning phase. And down bottom, we also see Shadow winning his laning phase. And Shadow Kings are just locked in at this point. If you were lying down while you were playing, now you are sitting up if you are Shadow Kings. And now we see the bottom lane there. They will rotate the 4-man, and the turtle has spawned. So that will just push them back to the top lane.
Yeah, they need to be there as fast as they can if they want to get there. Okay, so Holy Demon, he should be taking the turtle, but I don't know why he wants to engage.
And the turtle is almost half HP. Now it's half HP, and now the engagement is gonna have to come. AOG dashes to the back line, catches the savior. God doesn't go for him. Why did he not go for the savior? And now Noble falls, and the turtle already taken there. That's Sage falling, and now going for the back line. Holy Demon now prioritizes the savior, which he should. The Vixen in the bad spot, Mystic through the flicker, gets him away, but it goes for the Rex instead. If I can't get the savior, I'll get the Clint, and that still works because the Clint is actually a problem, and a good shutdown from there.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, they should not overlook Clint with the burst damage, and Camilla is also there. So let's not forget the cost of blood. So when you combo that with Clint, when you combo that with Clint, you can see that he would really deal a lot of damage there. So, and I think we're already seeing it going on. Also, like there's an engagement here at the top.
Engagement at the top. And there's going to be Noah, there's going to be Direct, it's going to be Sage. And now Noble Emperor comes there with Loki. They are just waiting for who's going to start out the fight. But we see Sage walking there. It looks like Jesus. The damage on the Clint, man. And now he turns Sage off. Petrified comes out, baits it out. No, that's an interruption with the taunt there. Mystic Field as well. Noble is not done. A Princess Wrath. He will get some damage, decent damage in. And now the Rhapsody from Reiner. Gonna have to go back, Sky Pierce up for chase from Ryza, but then Sage in a bad spot. The Vixen will fall instead. Loki is on a killing spree, but meanwhile, we see an invade from Holy Demon as he gets that orange buff from the bottom jungle.
To be honest, everybody was stealing the buffs. They're all stealing the buffs, to be honest. So, I think maybe he's trying to like reduce maybe he's trying to reduce Noble Emperor. He's trying to reduce his farming and stuff.
Yeah.
But okay, there's an engage up here. There's an engage going on right now, but
no, it's just giving Direct the support he needs, and really he needs it because the cost of blood missed. Okay, that's not a great cost of blood though, but then it can be better as Loki in the bad sport. Holy Demon puts him down. That's a great shutdown and a priority kill for Shadow Kings, they finally take the man down and demand their pause from the Rev Xenos. Wow. I'm clapping, and I know why I'm clapping. Because that's what you need to do. Loki is such a problem because the guy has, actually been stacking well. And now look at the stacks 313. That was 303 before. If they left him unattended to, my goodness, it would become a problem.
Yeah, it really would. Zishan is really a problem. Zishan is just a very, very big problem, to be honest.
Yeah, apologies. I got carried away a little bit there. But then, stop that. But then, yeah, I can see the comments here. While the game is paused, I'm going to look at the comments. I can see someone saying Xavier was a bad pick and a good EX player with Max. Someone says this match, that's Zeno. It says this match will revolve around the EX players, which is the Fovios and also the Baxia. Actually, not the Baxia, the Ruby. So I want to talk about some few things here. Ruby is a control EXP. Fovios is a damage EXP. And when we have that in mind, you need to understand that when you have a control EXP on the team, the control EXP's priority is not the same as a damage EXP priority. That's not the same. So you actually making that kind of statement, is a very situational statement. And with the way things are looking right now for these EXP laners, we see the KDA for Shadow 211 and the KDA for the Fovios 212. We can tell that they're not performing bad either. But then saying that it's dependent, I think right now the players that this is dependent on, the match is dependent on, is actually Loki and Derex right now. The Clint and Dezetian. They're the ones carrying the game right now for each of these teams. I think that's what we can agree on, Bambi.
Yeah. We can see that.
Mm-hmm. And so far, we're gonna wait for the on-post from Xenos. But while we wait, I can also see another comment here. Someone saying, if Clint is good, Zetian and Granger will not survive. Well, it's confirming your statement even further, Bambi. If the Clint knows what he's doing, it's going to be a really big issue for them. And still, let's see how that goes. Let's see how this is Shadow Kings locking in. This is Shadow Kings showing that they still want to be here. And I really hope they stay because these guys have, really put on the show for us tonight.
Yeah, they really did. I'm really liking what the Clint is doing, to be honest. That this early game damage is really insane. And Camilla is just there and he's following up. And they're already giving us that combo that I spoke about before. So there's still more to come, I guess. I think the network issue is really disturbing them. So it's still on the pause for now, Black.
Yeah, still on the pause. I don't know. It's supposed to be a 3 minutes pause, but it looks like Xenos is a bit AWOL or something, or MIA. I really hope that's not the case because it's already way past time. And it's already past time. I don't know what's up with Xenos. We're just going to leave that to the ref to do his thing and really just, wait for him to do his thing, basically. So, yeah, I can also see Dan Laddie saying, go Yonko. Wow, there's a lot of Yonko supporters here on the chat. And I can also see Oasis saying them, no, they cannot restart because the only permission for a restart is if there's no retry on either teams. Yeah, so thought two there, the contest, they also have HP. If you're gonna come in now, Noble, do your thing. Now he's looking for a chance here. Like that's exactly what I was about to predict. The PSR, man. No. Noble. He has mastered the art of the retreat. The flicker there. Reaction time from Direct, impressive. The man gets away from the AOG. You can tell that they have realized that the Clint is a problem and they are starting to target lock him. You can see now they zoning him out, Sage is already zoning him out, and they are keeping him away from it. But still, things are looking good right now. And things are looking good so far, man. So far, the Rex now in a bad spot. The man is trying to defend that tier 1 with everything he's got, but then it's a 3v2 on the top lane. The rest of the have HP. The finish strike does not really do anything there. And the man is able to defend his tier 1, man.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Holy Demon is still stealing the buff. Holy Demon is just stealing the buff.
Yeah, my God.
What is your problem? Holy Demon, what is your problem with this guy's buff?
as Zeus takes down Shadow, and he actually used an offended flicker there. But I understand I was trying to get distance into his turret, but a bit of a mixed calculation on his end, on the distance there required. But still, that still looks somehow. But Holy Demon, definitely those steals might count. But still, they're trying to get them out of their tier 1, but that tier is still somehow. That turret is still standing low HP, forcing a defensive AOG, and now we see Zeus trying to take on what's left of the numbers there, and the EX plane is where it's heated, where it's at. No, goes in again. Sage is already very low. He really needs to recall. Doesn't have the HP to contest. Meanwhile, the top lane, we see Derex already forcing Ryza into the tier 1 there, but back to the bottom lane, which is where the attention seems to be, and we get to see them finally take down the tier 1 there on EX play.
Yeah, and mind you, Sage really needs to know when to back out, to be honest. He really needs to know when to retreat, because I think, oh my goodness.
Yep. We saw that
Yeah,
coming.
Risa is down. Risa is down. Did you see what happened right there? Risa is down. That Clint damage, like I said before, that Clint boss damage is insane. The early game to mid game boss damage is really, really insane. And if Yonkos are not careful, Clint will probably be the one carrying the match right now.
Might go for game 3 potentially, but then no, the man is already low. It's gonna have to go back, and the Lord is a spawn. Shadow Kings are now actually dominating this game. If you think about it, they are the ones taking over this game right now. And no, yeah, okay, piercing strike, maybe. Noble Emperor, he sees that they left that Lord and he wants to start it out himself. He says, if you want to start it out myself. And the man is just taking advantage of Sage, zoning them out and preventing them. But still, Dawning Light in the Mystic Field doesn't really do much. Zeus is already there as well. Macros will matter. Tier 1 goes down at the bottom lane and its mid lane, as well as the top lane. So they have cleared out all the turrets on the lanes. Yeah, all the turrets on the outer lanes. Tier 1s are down for the boys of Shadow Kings. So yeah, they only have the tier 2s now up and the inhibitors left. So little by little, Yonkos are starting to crumble things out. And Lord Dan starts. And let's see who is going to take this Lord. I see the fact that, Noble Emperor is looking for a chance. What the heck? No, busted down by Loki. And that AOG comes and knocks 2 up. And that's a taunt unbreakable. And now Holy Demon. No, a braceless for Noble Emperor. Takes down another. Reza takes down Shadow. 3 members are down. And Johnny Light snipes Loki. And Livingston gets his revenge for what happened. Livingston gets a double. And the Rex finds one for himself. 3 for 4, and somehow Shadow Kings turned it around, but they don't have a jungler, Bambi. They don't have a jungler.
Yeah, Clint is there. Noble Emperor is there. Like I said before, like we should not underestimate Xavier. Like he has that damage, the CC, the damage he has it, and he's really, really making use of it right now. And then there's Clint. This Clint is the one carrying the match. To be honest, he really is carrying the match because the damage from that guy. I just hope that Yonko. I just hope that Yonko should be like careful and they should dive in to go for their backlines, which are the Clint and Xavier. And yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. Sage is taking a lot of damage, and he's forced to retreat. And I guess the Lord has gone into the advantage of Shadow Kings. Yeah, they're taking it.
And I pull back there, I'm offended, and Loki's down. Livixi takes it down again, showing who's dominant on the mid lane, but still they force back. Shadow Kings trying to force the advantage here. They pull back, Sage pulls in. That's not a good move there. Sage in the midst of 4 gets taken down, busted down by the Rex, and now 2 members, and now 3 members left. None for 2 trades. Shadow Kings, these guys are showing relentless effort in this game 2. We might just go for that game 3. 5-man push onto the mid lane. They have to go for other lanes. A flicker in by the Rex. Might want to go for one. That's the unbreakable turns there. Noble Emperor. Cost of Blood comes out to play. Shadow falls early. That's not a great start. The Rex, bad spot. Now they're chasing him down. Retribution. The Rex has to get away somehow. The Rex is stunned, and then it's the run to the Rex. Who fall to Loki? That is his punishment for overextension.
Yeah, he really did overextended. He should have waited for we should have waited for Null to at least, be the front line, but he was overextending, and I think he was trying to test the waters or something. And now, Yonko have taken the Lord. They have taken the Lord down, and there wasn't anything. There wasn't any engagement or stuff like that. So, Black, the question is right now is how do you see this? How do you see this right now? The fact that Shadow Kings are dominating, the game right now. How do you see this?
So it's a pretty it's landslide at this point, honestly. If they keep taking the objective, then Shadow Kings have good potential to end because right now macros are favoring them and also the gold lead is in their favor, 2k. And now we get to see situations whereby those little team fights and those little advantages pickups that were helping Yonkos in the earlys are no longer helping them. Now they are helping Shadow Kings. So Shadow Kings actually have things, in place for them. All they need to make sure is no one overextends, no one gets overconfident, and they make sure they get their zoning out properly. We get to see Livixen now staying in front, and then the Camilla is in the back. As a mid, you need to be at the back, your tank in the front. So these are some of the things I'm talking about. Positioning matters for these guys. We saw Derex get taken down because he overextended, and hopefully Shadow Kings patches these little things before they become the little things that cause them their place in the Rising Stars tournament.
Yeah, I hope so. Look, he's at the front again. He's really at the front. I already get what you see. I get what you mean. I get what you mean, Black. So,
Yeah.
I hope they do not make all these mistakes that would give Jonko the advantage to do. Look at, they are really overextending. Clint is overextending again. I know you have the damage, Clint, and I know you have what it takes to deal damage. But I suggest that you stay behind Ruby or you stay behind Camilla or something because you are extending too much and it's really not helping. They're going over to the Lord now. Oh my goodness, Black, are you seeing what's going on?
Breaking Bullet's wrong target there. That's the Rex getting in the way. Princess Wrath comes out to play there. No Emperor picks up Shadow first. And now there's some jumping block. He's going to be new. Take it down. Sage goes down. The Rex picks up a kill. Lord half HP. Noble. It's a double kill for the Rex. They need to take that man down. The man is looking for Noble next. Trapping recall. Defensively, Livixen picks up Zeus next on the chopping block. He's gonna be Noble, maybe a push. Only Demon, that's his shield unity. Chases him down, knocks him down. The fixing and the Rex is there to bust him down. Dolly Light. No enough damage. Shadow Kings really dominating. They'll fight to the very end to maintain their spot in the Rising Stars. Any minute now, that Lord is going to be melted down and Shadow Kings will have their siege.
Oh my goodness, I do not know what happened there, but somehow, everything was just turned over, and Shadow Kings are the one taking over. They're the one really dealing the damage. Oh my goodness, is this what I'm seeing? Is this what? Oh my goodness, Black!
Yonkos take the Lord again, and this is the start of something new for them because we were expecting that team fight to go in favor of Shadow Kings because of how they played it. But now Yonkos take that Lord, and the macros are really in their favor because now the waves are starting to crash into the bottom, and the top players are such a good spot. They just need to clear it, but already the Lord being melted down. We see Shadow Kings not even letting that Lord come any close. They might need another one. The Lord is almost half HP. Sage pulls forward. It might be a chance for them to start something new. Sage might want to initiate maybe an AOG to the back line, maybe something new. Only Noble Emperor is already cornering them from the other side. Through the finish, that's the storm, the AOG with the combo into the back line. And now still shots back and forth with the defender pursuing the dark whip again. Force is going to be new. Got added to the tally. Maybe a lot that only Demon bats for. Race against a double, race against a triple. And the voice of Shadow Kings. What is the plan? Livixen is unstoppable, but only the 2 damage dealers from Shadow Kings to defend the game against 3. 2 for 3 in favor of Yonkos, but they lose that Lord and that siege. Perfect defense from Shadow Kings.
That was a very good AOG right there. Sage really knew when to dive in. He really knew how possible it was because he was really calculative with that ult right there. So I would really give kudos to Sage for knowing what he was doing. So like they really need to focus on macro right now because they need to focus on wave management right now because up top here we see that the minions are clashing and it's going in the favor of Yonko. So they really need to keep their wave management if they want to win this, and they are overlooking it. Shadow Kings are overlooking this. It is not looking good.
Mm-hmm.
They're
They
trying to
overlook.
focus more on team fights here right now than clearing their waves. Okay, okay, Black. Please continue.
Yes, the Bambi warning, guys. You hear the Bambi warning. Macros matter in the late games, guys. But then no, I'm looking to this one here. The man is just waiting for that perfect opportunity for that course of blood set. But still, the boys of Shadow Kings, 5-man into the mid lane. Nobody cares about the bottom and the top lanes. Let's just 5-man push through. And maybe something can come out of it. Maybe we can bait something out of it. It's 28 seconds until this Lord spawns. And maybe a chance. Shadow, that might be a pullback. No, the man just wait for the perfect chance. Wait, that Lord might spawn soon. And they are just freezing everything and keeping Yonkos back and behind. Sage is really getting touched by this Granger and also by this Clint's damage rather. And low-key, and Bambi. This Savior is just low-key the damage dealer in his team.
That's what I'm saying. You should not underestimate Xavier for real. The Mystic Fields and with the Infinite Extension. Okay, there's a fight going on here for the Lord Black.
Nobody's trying to fight his way in through, but they're not letting him there. Princess Rad, who pooped down Lou. Rice up, bust him down. AOG onto the back line, doesn't connect him to anyone. Loki, who fight one, that's a kill. Now Holy Demon, the jungler, getting zoomed out. The Lord is almost there, and the Lord almost melted down. Any minute now, that retro is gonna come through, and it's the Rex who steals it for Shadow Kings and a pull back, but a shutdown. Rasa gets the kill. Risa 1v2, the burst from the Rex, triple kill for the man. Shadow Kings will fight to the very end. Everything invested. This is our last game. Might just be for these guys. The grit on them, the resilience on them, the favor, the gameplay, the execution. What is Shadow Kings? Might just be the challengers, might just be the rising stars of this tournament. Because this is Yonkos actually struggling, and now the Lord approaching. That's one. Holy Demon frontlining for the rest. He wants to bust him down. He has to go back. The base is being targeted. The rest might just make it through. The Lord is already there. The Rex, Loki's trying to stop him. The base is almost up his speed. The Rex, can he do it? The Rex! The Lord almost melted down, and no can do. Shadow Kings would need one more Lord and one more siege.
Oh my goodness. I just think the Rex was doing a bit much, because he knew that okay, this is what is happening. There was only 1 minion left. So I felt that the best thing he could have done at that moment was just retreat if we could. And besides, there was this turret by the top. He was supposed to like probably clear it or something, because there are lots of minions. Okay, there's an engage going up here, Black.
Trying to go for the Vixen here. By the way, the Granger and okay, Mickey looks like Yonkos. What the heck is that push onto the base there? They are at the top lane now. They might want to end things here. They don't want to play with Shadow Kings. They want to hold out. And what's this? The dreams of Shadow Kings. They try to reverse sweep. They try to go in. They try to make it work. They try to hang in there. The lower brackets. This might just be their last game. And Yonkos might just want to deny them that light at the end of the tunnel. Now the 5-man might just be that push. This final Lord might just be what they need to finally end the game, Bambi.
To be honest, look at I'm talking about the wave management again that I said before. Shadow Kings are overlooking the fact that they have minions and they're short of minions. Their wave management, they're overlooking that fact, and they're focused more on this Lord right now than their minions. And their minions are Yonko minions are really doing the super minions are doing their work at this moment.
Doing their work indeed, because of blood already committed from no, as no one caught in it now. It's a 3-man push into the Lord there. Now, no return doing much. No paper of force getting shot down there. That cannot be good. They lose their jungler and not got up HP. How are they going to retreat this thing? Only Demon is almost down. The Rex double kill. Big top. Killing spree for Loki. They're back and forth. Triple kill for the Rex. The man wants to go for the rest. And now double kill for Loki. Response again. The Lord reset. Shadow Kings, what is this game? What is this series? Rising stars of the tournament, the dream still live on. 3 members down, 3 members left, 3 onto 2. Can't Yonko still defend. The minions are there. It's the Rex, it's Livingston. They know it's 2v2. They go for the bust. There, go for the base immediately. That's what the Rex should do. Target the base. The minions are getting melted down. Risa is trying to defend. Only team on dives in with 1 little HP. Loki melts them down. The Rex wants to go in. Shot down by Risa. No can do. They fixed it, the last member. And Livingston is forced to go back. Oh, what the hell? Livingston! The base, though, the base, my goodness, the base is getting targeted by me.
Yeah, I said this before. They were focused more on team fights than the wave management. But what was that? What was that done in light? What was that? What in the hell was that? Two freaking damage. Oh my goodness. Black. This is something we don't really see every day. Okay, now so like the jungle are going for the Lord. There's no contest right now because Shadow King jungler is not there. So I don't think it's best for them to force this, and they are forcing it, Black.
They want to force it indeed. They don't want to take any chances. Noble Emperor is almost down, though. They will soon lose him. And now Shadow trying to chase him down there with Be Good and just making sure they keep him out. Stunning Light comes out and there's Shadow engaging the veteran and keeping him out of that jungle. But can Shadow King keep on with that, though? Can they still continue? They get their numbers back. So does Yonkos. And this game is just really holding out and they're just replaying it the long game. And this is 72k gold and 71 for Shadow King. The gold in favor of Yonkos, but now it's 85 minus. So again, Lord already have HP. They're gonna have to contest. They're gonna have to go for this now. Lord almost melted down. They might go for it. Shadow Kings might get this one. Red Tree is gonna be soon. They're gonna need their jungler soon, and that retribution goes down. Yonko! They get it in, and Shadow King's dreams might have just been lead down completely. What the heck? The Rex gets a double and Risa gets another. That's triple for Risa. The Rex, the last man standing. The Rex needs to rest. That is the game. Oh my goodness. The dreams of Shade, the minions it did was wide open.
The minions. I was saying.
May the stars guide you to victory. I hope I didn't forget something important during today's patrol.